Hello, my amazing friends. Welcome back to our channel. I'm very happy you are here today. Do you sometimes study English for many months but still feel slow when you speak? Do you forget words very quickly even after you study hard? You are not alone. I understand this feeling very well. Many people want to speak English fluently, but many people lose focus after a short time. One day you feel excited. The next day, you feel tired and confused. You watch many videos, you download many apps, you try many methods, but your English still does not improve fast. So what is the problem? The problem is not your brain. The problem is your focus. When you focus on the right things every day, your English becomes stronger little by little. You speak more naturally. You remember words longer, and you feel more confident. Today, I want to share powerful lessons that can help you focus on your English and improve faster. These lessons are simple, but they can change the way you learn forever. Before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me make more lessons for you. Now let's begin today's lesson together. Lesson 1. Stop trying to learn everything. Let me tell you something honest. When I first started learning English, I tried to learn everything at once. New words every day, grammar rules every night, different accents, formal writing, slang, idioms, all at the same time. And you know what happened? Nothing stuck. My notebook was full. My head was empty. Too much information causes confusion. Your brain needs time to absorb new things. When you push too much inside too quickly, everything gets mixed up. Words disappear, rules blur together, and you start to feel like learning is impossible. But that feeling is not true. You are not the problem. The approach is. Here is something surprising. I learned faster when I studied less. When I stopped trying to learn everything and chose just a few things to focus on, my progress became real. I actually remembered. I actually improved. Less felt like more. Simple English comes first. Always. Many learners skip basics because they feel too easy. They want advanced vocabulary immediately. They want to sound impressive. But a tall building needs a strong ground floor. Without simple and solid foundations, everything above becomes unstable. Learn words you actually use, not rare vocabulary from old textbooks, not complicated phrases from academic papers. Words for shopping, words for describing your day, words for expressing feelings, useful words that appear in real conversations. These words serve you immediately. Repeat basic sentences many times. Repetition feels boring, but repetition is how language enters your memory permanently. Read one sentence today. Say it tomorrow. Write it next week. Hear it in a video. Each repetition makes it stronger inside your brain. Small progress every day is genuinely powerful. 5 new words today. 3 sentences tomorrow. 1 short paragraph next week. This feels slow. But after 3 months, the difference is remarkable. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Stop chasing everything. Choose something small. Practice it deeply. Then move forward. That is how real learning happens. Lesson 2. Listen to English every day. Here is a simple question. How did you learn your first language? Nobody gave you a grammar book as a baby. Nobody explained verb tenses before you could walk. You simply listened. Every day. For a long time. And slowly, words became familiar. Sentences started making sense. Speaking came naturally after that. Learning a second language works the same way. Your ears need regular contact with the language. Your brain needs to hear patterns repeatedly. Listening every day trains your mind naturally without pressure or stress. But many learners make one common mistake. They choose content that is too difficult. Advanced podcasts, fast native speakers, complex documentaries. They struggle to understand anything. They feel frustrated. And slowly, they give up. You do not need difficult content. Simple is better. Short is better. Clear is better. A slow, clear video about daily life teaches more than a fast, complicated lecture. Choose content where you understand at least 50%. That level keeps your brain engaged without overwhelming it. Short videos are completely enough. 10 minutes of clear English daily beats 1 hour of confusing content weekly. Your brain absorbs better in short and focused sessions. Finish one short video. Understand it well. Then move forward. Listen while doing other things. Walking outside. Washing dishes. Relaxing before sleep. English does not always need your full attention. Background listening still builds familiarity. Your brain processes sounds even when you are not concentrating completely. Use these quiet moments wisely. Listen to the same content again. This feels unnecessary to many people, but repetition is extremely powerful. First listen. You catch the general meaning. Second listen. You notice new words. Third listen. Sentences feel familiar and natural. Each repetition adds another layer of understanding. Strong memory comes from repeated exposure, not from studying harder, not from longer sessions, simply from coming back to the same material multiple times. Listen today. Listen tomorrow. Listen every day. Your brain is working quietly in the background. Trust the process. Lesson 3. Speak even if you make mistakes. Let me share something personal. When I first spoke English with other people, I made many mistakes. Wrong words, wrong grammar, strange pronunciation. Sometimes people did not understand me at all. And honestly, that felt embarrassing. But I kept speaking anyway. And that decision changed everything. Mistakes are completely normal. Every single person learning a language makes them. Native speakers make mistakes in their own language too. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They are signs of trying. And trying is the only way forward. Many learners wait until their English is perfect before speaking. They study quietly. They prepare endlessly. They tell themselves, I will speak when I am ready. But that moment never arrives. Because speaking itself is what makes you ready. You cannot prepare for swimming without entering the water. You do not need perfect grammar to communicate. Think about this honestly. When a foreign person speaks your language with small errors, do you stop listening? Probably not. You focus on the meaning. You appreciate the effort. Other people do exactly the same for you. Simple English is good English. Short and clear sentences communicate better than long and complicated ones full of errors. I don't understand. Please repeat is perfectly fine. Can you speak slower? works beautifully. Confidence grows through practice, not through studying alone. Every conversation you have, however short, builds something inside you. Your brain learns that speaking is safe, that mistakes are survivable, that communication is possible. Each attempt makes the next one slightly easier. Speaking helps you remember vocabulary faster. When you use a word in conversation, your brain connects it to a real moment, an emotion, a situation. That connection makes the word stick permanently. Reading a word once is forgettable. Using it in conversation is memorable. Find opportunities to speak daily. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your morning routine. Repeat sentences from videos you watched. Record your own voice. Every small moment of speaking counts. Open your mouth. Make mistakes. Keep going. That is the real path to fluency. Lesson 4. Learn sentences, not only words. Many learners start the same way. They open a vocabulary list. They study 50 new words. They feel productive. They feel prepared. But then a real conversation happens. And suddenly those 50 words feel useless. They know what things mean individually, but putting them together feels impossible. This is one of the most common problems in language learning, and it has a simple explanation. Single words alone are hard to use. A word sitting by itself has no context, no connection, no natural home. You know the meaning, but you do not know how it lives inside a real sentence. You do not know what words come before it, what comes after, how it sounds in natural speech. Without that knowledge, the word stays trapped inside your notebook. Sentences teach you real English. A sentence shows you everything at once: the vocabulary, the grammar, the natural word order, the rhythm of the language. When you learn, I am not sure about that. You learn far more than just individual words. You learn a complete and usable piece of English, something you can take directly into a real conversation. Your brain loves patterns. This is important to understand. The human brain does not memorize language word by word. It remembers chunks, phrases, combinations that appear together frequently. Native speakers do not build sentences from scratch each time. They pull familiar patterns from memory and adjust them slightly. Learning whole sentences trains your brain to do exactly the same thing. Copy simple daily sentences. Find sentences from videos, short stories, or conversations that feel useful. Write them down. Not just the meaning, the complete sentence exactly as it appears. Could you say that again? I did not catch that. That makes sense now. These phrases are immediately practical. Read them aloud slowly. Your mouth needs practice too. Speaking a sentence repeatedly helps your brain and body work together. The words start feeling comfortable in your mouth. Natural, automatic. Speed comes later. Comfort comes first. Use the same sentences in real situations. This is where learning becomes real. When a familiar moment arrives, use your practice sentence. It might feel strange at first, but your brain recognizes it, and it comes out more smoothly than any word you simply memorized alone. Start collecting sentences today. Your English will feel more natural very quickly. Lesson 5. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Have you ever watched someone speak English fluently and felt something heavy inside? Maybe a little jealousy, maybe disappointment in yourself, maybe a voice saying, "Why am I so slow? Why can they do it and I cannot?" That feeling is very common, and it is very damaging. Comparison feels natural. Social media makes it worse. You see someone speaking confidently in a video. You see another person writing perfectly in comments. And suddenly your own progress feels worthless. You forget how far you have already come. You only see how far others seem to be ahead. But here is what you are not seeing. You do not know how long that person studied. You do not know their background. Maybe they grew up hearing English at home. Maybe they lived abroad for years. Maybe they struggled silently for a long time before reaching that level. You are comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. That comparison is never fair. Every learner moves at a different speed. This is not just encouraging words, it is simply true. Some people pick up pronunciation quickly but struggle with grammar. Others read well but feel nervous speaking. Everyone has different strengths, different challenges, different starting points. Your journey is completely unique. Measuring it against someone else's makes no sense. Comparison destroys motivation quietly. At first, it just feels uncomfortable. But over time, it convinces you that improvement is impossible, that you are not capable, that trying harder is pointless. These thoughts are lies. But repeated comparison plants them deeply. Focus on your own progress instead. Look back at where you started. Notice what feels easier now compared to 3 months ago. Maybe you understand more words. Maybe speaking feels slightly less frightening. Maybe you finished your first English video without subtitles. These are real victories. Celebrate them honestly. I became genuinely happier when I stopped comparing myself to others. My motivation returned. My enjoyment of learning came back. I started noticing my own small improvements instead of other people's achievements. Small wins matter enormously. Understanding one new sentence today, pronouncing one word correctly, finishing one short lesson. These moments feel tiny, but they build something real over time. Your English is growing at your own speed, on your own path. That is exactly enough. Lesson 6. Use English in your daily life. Many learners treat English like a subject, something that happens during study time, something that lives inside a notebook or a classroom. Then study time ends. The notebook closes, and English disappears until the next session. This approach is slow, very slow. Language does not grow in isolated study sessions. It grows through constant and natural exposure. The more English surrounds your daily life, the faster your brain accepts it as normal. And accepting it as normal is exactly how fluency begins. Start with something simple. Change your phone language to English. This one small action puts English in front of your eyes dozens of times every day. Settings, notifications, applications, small words appearing constantly. Your brain absorbs them without effort, without sitting down to study, without even trying. Think in simple English sometimes. When you walk into a room, name what you see. Chair, window, light, cup. When you feel something, find the English word for it. Hungry, tired, happy, nervous. This habit connects English directly to your real experiences. Those connections make words stick permanently. Read easy English content online. Short posts, simple captions, basic articles. You do not need academic texts. Casual and natural English appears everywhere. Follow accounts that post in clear and simple language. Reading even 3 short posts daily adds up significantly over weeks. Write short notes in English. Your shopping list. Your daily plans. A quick thought about your morning. These do not need perfect grammar. They just need to exist. Writing forces your brain to produce English actively. That active production strengthens your memory far more than passive reading alone. Speak to yourself at home. Describe what you are doing while cooking. Comment on what you see outside your window. Practice sentences you learned recently. Your home is a safe and private space. Nobody judges you there. Use that freedom generously. Daily use removes the foreignness of English. Gradually, it stops feeling like a foreign language. It starts feeling familiar, comfortable, accessible. English becomes natural through daily contact, not through harder studying, simply through consistent presence in your everyday moments. Open your eyes to English opportunities around you. They are everywhere. Lesson 7. Improve your pronunciation slowly. Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever said something in English and the other person looked confused? You knew the word. You used it correctly. But something about the sound was unclear, and the message got lost. This happens to many learners, and it feels frustrating. Pronunciation matters, not because you need to sound exactly like a native speaker. That is not the goal. The real goal is clarity, being understood. When your pronunciation is clear enough, communication flows naturally. People follow your meaning without struggling, and that confidence changes everything. Many learners ignore pronunciation completely. They focus on vocabulary and grammar. Both are important. But words spoken unclearly cause confusion even when the grammar is perfect. All 3 areas work together. Start by listening carefully to native speakers, not just for meaning. Listen for sounds. Notice how their mouth shapes certain letters. Notice where their voice rises and falls. Notice the rhythm of their sentences. English has a natural music to it. Absorbing that rhythm through careful listening is the first step. Copy what you hear. This feels a little strange at first, but imitation is a powerful learning tool. Children learn pronunciation entirely through copying. Find a short sentence from a video, listen once, then repeat it exactly. Same speed, same tone, same rhythm. Do not worry about perfection. Focus on getting closer each time. Speak slowly at first. Speed is not the priority. Clarity is. When you rush, sounds blur together. Listeners struggle to separate words. Slow and clear beats fast and messy every single time. Native speakers slow down naturally when communicating something important. You can do the same. Practice difficult words many times. Every language has sounds that feel unnatural for foreign speakers. English has several. The thigh sound, the difference between V and B, Short and long vowel sounds. Find your personal difficult sounds. Repeat them daily, separately first, then inside full sentences. Record your own voice sometimes. This feels uncomfortable. Most people dislike hearing themselves, but recording reveals things you cannot notice while speaking. You hear exactly what others hear. That honest feedback helps you improve faster. Improvement takes time, weeks, sometimes months, but every practice session moves you forward slightly. And slightly, repeated many times, becomes significantly. Be patient with your voice. It is finding its way. Lesson 8. Do not fear slow progress. Let me be completely honest with you. There were days when I sat down to study English and felt nothing was working. I reviewed the same words and forgot them again. I listened to a conversation and understood almost nothing. I tried to speak and the sentences came out wrong. Everything felt stuck. Those days were frustrating, really frustrating. But here is what I know now. Those days were not wasted. They were part of the process. Language learning takes patience, real patience, not just a few weeks of waiting. Sometimes months pass before you notice a clear difference. This is completely normal. The brain needs time to build new connections. You cannot rush biology. You cannot force fluency to arrive faster by worrying about it. Some days feel genuinely difficult. Your energy is low. Your concentration disappears. Words that felt familiar yesterday feel strange today. This happens to every single learner, not just beginners. Even advanced students experience this. It does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. Slow progress is still progress. This sounds simple, but many people forget it completely. They expect fast results. They see small improvement and feel disappointed. But think about this honestly. One new word understood today. One sentence spoken more clearly than last week. One video followed without subtitles. These are real movements forward. Small ones, but real ones. Progress in language learning is often invisible until suddenly it is not. You study quietly for weeks and feel nothing is changing. Then one day someone speaks to you in English and you respond naturally without thinking. And you realize something was growing underneath the whole time. Like a plant developing roots before anything appears above the ground. I also had deeply frustrating days. Days where I wanted to stop completely. Days where other languages felt easier and English felt impossible. But I made one simple decision each time. Just continue today. Not forever. Just today. Keep going even when motivation disappears. Motivation comes and goes. It is not reliable. Discipline is more powerful. Show up even on difficult days, even for 10 minutes, even when enthusiasm is completely absent. Showing up consistently matters more than occasional intense effort. Lesson 9. Focus more on understanding. Many learners do the same thing when they hear a new word. They immediately stop. They open a dictionary. They translate it into their own language. They write it down. Then they continue listening. This habit feels helpful, but it actually slows you down. Real understanding is different from translating. When you translate constantly, your brain works in two languages at once. It hears English, then converts to your language, then processes the meaning, then tries to return to English. This process is exhausting and slow, and it breaks the natural flow of communication. Try something different. Try to feel the meaning directly. When someone says, "It is freezing outside," do not translate. Instead, picture it. Cold air, a gray sky, your breath visible in front of you. That image gives you the meaning instantly, no dictionary needed. Using pictures and situations in your mind is powerful. Connect new words to images. Connect new phrases to moments. Your brain remembers visuals much better than definitions. When a word brings a picture, it stays permanently. Listening improves understanding naturally over time. The more you hear real English in context, the faster your brain recognizes patterns. Meaning starts arriving before your thinking mind catches up. That feeling is fluency beginning. Simple content builds this skill most effectively. Clear sentences, familiar situations, slow and natural speech. These give your brain enough space to process meaning without translating. Start simple. Stay consistent. Your brain learns through repetition. Hear something once and it disappears. Hear it 10 times across different situations and it becomes part of you. Stop translating every word. Start experiencing the language instead. Lesson 10. Build confidence little by little. Many learners wait for confidence before they start speaking. They think, "When I feel ready, I will try." But that moment rarely arrives, because confidence does not come before action. It comes through action. This is one of the most important things to understand about language learning. Nervousness before speaking English is completely normal. Your heart beats faster. Your mind goes blank. Simple words suddenly disappear. Every learner feels this. Even people who seem confident struggled with the same feeling at the beginning. Speak anyway, even when your voice shakes, even when the sentence comes out wrong, even when you forget a word halfway through. Each attempt teaches your brain that speaking is safe, that mistakes are survivable, that communication is possible, even without perfection. Celebrate small improvements honestly. You understood a joke in English today. You asked a question without translating first. You finished a conversation without giving up. These moments feel minor, but they are genuine evidence of growth. Notice them, appreciate them. They are building something real inside you. Every conversation teaches you something. A new expression, a natural response, a better way to phrase your thoughts. Even difficult conversations where you struggled carry valuable lessons. Nothing is wasted. Practice makes your brain comfortable. Comfortable means faster. Faster means more natural. More natural means genuine confidence. This cycle builds slowly, but it builds surely. Believe in your progress even when you cannot see it clearly. Something is always developing underneath. Your future conversations will feel easier because of the work you are doing right now. Keep going. Your confidence is already growing. Lesson 11. Enjoy the learning process. For many learners, English feels like a duty, something heavy, something serious, a task on a long list of responsibilities. And when something feels like a burden, motivation disappears very quickly. But it does not have to feel that way. English is not punishment. It is a door. Behind that door are millions of stories, conversations, ideas, and connections waiting for you. The way you choose to open that door makes all the difference. Learn with topics you genuinely enjoy. This sounds obvious, but many people ignore it completely. They use boring textbooks about grammar rules. They study formal vocabulary they will never use in real life. They force themselves through content that feels completely disconnected from their actual interests. And then they wonder why motivation disappears. Your interests are your greatest learning tools. Love cooking? Watch English cooking videos. Passionate about fitness? Follow English fitness channels. Fascinated by history, animals, technology, travel? All of these exist in English, abundantly, freely, waiting for you right now. When the topic excites you, something changes. You stop noticing that you are studying. You just watch. You just read. You just listen. And English enters your mind naturally because your attention is fully present. Watch videos you actually want to watch, not videos you think you should watch. Not the most educational option, the most enjoyable one. Enjoyment keeps your brain engaged. An engaged brain absorbs language effortlessly. Read about your hobbies in English. Find simple articles about things you already care about. The familiar topic helps you understand new language. Context carries meaning. When you understand the subject, unfamiliar words become easier to guess. Fun learning creates consistency, and consistency creates results. A learner who studies joyfully for 30 minutes daily beats a learner who suffers through 2 hours weekly. Every single time. Enjoyment also builds long-term commitment. Language learning is a long journey, years, not weeks. The only people who reach fluency are those who found a way to make the journey pleasant enough to continue. Find your version of fun English, then follow it every day. Thank you for spending your time here with me today. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and I will see you again in the next lesson.